Hey, welcome back. It is week 9. I totally wasn't looking at my own commentary to see what week it was. It is week 9 of Skulls and Shackles. Thank you for joining us once again for this wonderful adventure. I am GM Arthur Perkins, and I have to say it's been an interesting week. Just going to go back over to my test screen here real quick, and I'll be throwing this up again later. But that link right there, the tiny link, is for information about the 5e campaign I'm hoping to run. We have the one-shot coming up on November 6th. That's a Thursday. And it will form the basis for a future campaign if everything is successful and works how I feel that it should work, or close enough. We will be going ahead in December and running it one, maybe two, possibly three if I get real crazy nights. So let's check in with everybody. I know that you all leveled last week. In fact, you're almost to the next level already. So, Craig, how are you a Master Scourge? And I'm guessing that your move-in probably went pretty well.
Yeah, you may be able to tell I have a different wall behind me now.
Indeed.
So yeah, we're into the house and got stuff set up and spent the day hanging curtains and putting furniture back together again. So it's getting there.
Excellent. Excellent. And what's new with Master Scourge?
Well, Master Scourge decided that he was going to get a little bit of fighter. So he's going to want to be just a mutt. I took a level of fighter and took 2 weapon fighting, so we can offhand wield the short sword or the whip, as the case may be.
Wow. Yeah, you're going to be pretty multi-proficient there.
Yeah, he's all over the place, but that's all right.
It's a good thing most of those classes you're into have decent BAB.
Yeah,
Keep you on track with where you need to be.
right. Yeah, the rogue dip only cost me one bad, so other than that, I should be just 1 for the rest of his life.
All right. Dan, how are you doing this week, and how is Kid Tomes? I understand that you've unlocked the magical ability to study strike.
Yeah, Kitome's magically unlocked Studied Combat, which basically means if you've seen the Robert Downey Jr. version of Sherlock Holmes, I can basically do that, but with swords. So increased attack and damage. And as for myself, school's going pretty well. Had a pretty decent Halloween. That was, yeah.
All right. There's a specific enemy who I want to rewrite as an investigator. And now that you said that, I mean, they are. This is an older adventure path, and so they didn't have investigator, but they're basically designed to be one. And when you said that, I was thinking of the fight with Moriarty, where they basically sit there and have like a 5-minute long slow motion battle in their heads. And it was like, well,
It's like
they could
punch and counter
study
punch.
strike as a readied action, and then just sit around there and you know. What was that movie where I think it was Jet Li, where the 2 guys just sat there and had an entire combat, and the one who lost in their minds just surrendered. That was a crazy movie. All right, I'm all over the place this weekend. If you've been watching the other videos. Lorraine, how are you? And how is Captain Ferris? I'm saluting you right now. I know, again, you can't see it because my camera's not working on Skype yet, but I have a replacement on the way, possibly.
I'm doing great. We got my brother successfully packed up and moved to Australia. And
Wow.
Captain Ferris is looking around her crew and seeing that things are going to be a little different than she originally thought.
I see. Can you extemporize on that? Perhaps add some annotative thought into what exactly that means?
We're definitely going to have to be rethinking some of the long-term goals and motivations of this crew.
I see. Does this involve the slavery?
This involves wussiest crew ever.
Oh, I see. Got it.
Shots fired.
Understood.
Shots fired.
Did you pick up any new cool powers at level 4?
Nope.
Nothing? Alright. You can still walk on water, though, so that's pretty powerful. Alright. Adam, how are you this week? And I understand Books is preparing to delve into some pretty deep blood magic in the future.
He is. He's very excited about the possibility of new discoveries, including mummification and preserving of organs. Books is a 200-year-old elf, and he realizes that even though mortals live for a very finite period of time, he is actually looking forward to a unending life, and so blood magic will attempt to help him in that path, and in addition to other extraordinary powers. So he is on his way to practicing more blood magic in this little secrecy, and perhaps testing that out into any subjects that he finds willing.
Yeah. I mean, because that happens all the time. A guy walks down the street, he's like, you know what? Today I just feel like I should be practicing some blood magic. If only there was some guy who could practice blood magic on me.
People do sell their blood for copper, gold, and even dollars in current currency. So, a couple extra coins. Maybe they could, run some trial tests. I'll just put, if you want to lose weight, try this blood magic trial. Maybe good things will happen. So.
Oh dear.
You put up flyers.
Flyers.
And it's weird because I don't know if you've seen these studies recently, but apparently the blood of people who are young makes people who are older, that makes their bodies work better. So, like, blood transfusion from younger people. So you're just like, come on. You want to feel young again? I will drain some of my young elven blood. I'll only be 150 or less for a couple more years.
That's what he's aiming for. Some subjects that are willing to be tested for some experimental trials.
I'll have to tell you that in most pirate cities, that's probably not going to go over well.
Okay.
Pretty suspicious and superstitious. And anything involving the word blood magic, there's not really a bunch of... I can't think of any system where people are like, yay, blood magic, it's totally legal. Maybe, partially in the King Killer series by Pat Rothfuss, those books, blood magic is almost very, very select part of it is legal. Other than that, no. All right.
I'll attempt it. I'm not saying I'll be successful.
We'll see how this goes.
Okay.
I, for one, know that your prestige class is going to be awesome when you go into it, but
it takes a while, but yeah, it
does.
gets pretty awesome.
It does. I see we have Dom in the audience again. Good evening, Dom. It's good to see you. We did not see you last week.
Dom, send me your stupid graphic.
Yes, of course.
Hi, Dom.
So, can anyone review what happened last session?
Piratey stuff?
That's a good answer.
A lot of
Having
stuff
successfully defeated the previous Master Scourge and his nefarious companions, we set sail on our ship. After a long discussion about exactly what did we have as goals as pirates and what we were and weren't willing to do, we decided to embark on a series of city raids as we sailed towards port with the plan of eventually cashing in some of our plunder and finding out the lovely options at Blood Cove. We did manage to raise a couple of cities where we established that we don't do slavery, but we have no problems killing people outright in the first round of battle. And we attempted to capture a ship at sea, but it ran away from us.
Right, they had weapons.
And we also christened and had our ship what do you call it? I forget the term, but it's basically resquibbed to the Silver Dolphin.
Indeed.
And Kid Tomes discovered the nature of his heredity from a
Yes.
infamous Atticus Styles.
The amazing Atticus Styles.
Quite amazing.
What a great NPC. Sometimes when I feel like I'm lacking inspiration when I'm writing for another campaign, I do go back and watch that 20-minute section where we came up with Atticus Styles, and I'm like, man, I keep cutting Adam off over and over again during this, but I'm so in the groove with making up stuff. And occasionally I get inspiration out of it. All right, so
Yeah, I heard a kid today actually on the playground, and his mom called out. It was like, Atticus, Atticus. I'm like, no, he's back. He's reincarnated.
yeah, I don't understand why people don't use the reincarnation spell very often. It's not that, it's not that costly. It only costs 1,000, and you get to come back as a young version of yourself, just as a random race. It would seem, with a pirate, being a pirate, races aren't that big a deal. You'd think all the pirates would just be like, oh, yep, gonna live forever.
But you don't have your loot. And really, who are you without loot?
But, yeah, that's a good
Someone's been
point.
playing too much Borderlands.
Yes.
Well, I have been playing too much Borderlands, but
I've not gotten to the pre-sequel yet. I was not impressed with the ending of Borderlands 2. The DLCs picked it up, but the D&D DLC, Bunkers and Badasses, that was amazing.
that's what put me over the edge and finally got me into Pathfinder.
It was so good. It's hilarious. Mr. Torque. Explosions!
Take out those blips because reasons.
The best part was when they were like, I think he's a fake nerd guy. And I was just like, oh man, they
That
had
whole
to
side
turn that
quest.
around. Alright, so the Silver Dolphin, back to this particular game, has allowed yet another ship to slip past it as they enter the port of Bloodport. And so, right around 8 bells, you slip into port, where a number of small tugs inform you that you have entered the Blood Cove, national area, blah, blah, blah. You're given paperwork to fill out on the docks. And your crew are just like, "Aye, mate, so now that we're here, we do get our one plunder, right?" Because as you know, whenever you dock in town, your crew demand to be paid their one plunder.
Where the hell did the plunder go?
Still on the ship documentation.
I know. Just which page?
Should be under infamy and disrepute, right?
Aha. There we go. Yep. We have 3 right now. And of course, the crew will get 1, so that makes 2.
Okay, so you do pay your crew, and they're all happy, and they go skipping off. Before they all wander off, Ambrose Croop pulls you guys aside and says, "Well, you'll notice my accent's completely changed. I'm no longer an alcoholic. And for some reason, that's made me completely different. Anyway,
Awesome.
I just wanted to let you know, the Aspis Consortium controls the Blood Cove. You should be careful of any deals you make here." Alright, well, I'm off. And he goes
It's just
wandering
a font
off.
of information.
He's like, "Yes, of course I'm a fountain of information. What I'm here for. In fact, there's a whole section in this book called Ambrose's Tips. They kept me alive through the whole first book just for this." So, you guys arrive in Blood Cove. What would you like to do now?
No
I could
idea.
use some equipment.
Yeah, I guess gear.
Okay.
They have masterwork stuff, right? Or ways to masterwork your things.
Oh no, they definitely have masterwork gear available. This is, this is a major town.
How much is a masterwork transformation spell?
Is it level 1?
Maybe?
No, I
Let's
think it's
look
level
up spellcasting
two.
services.
It's 10 gold pieces per level times caster level.
Yep. Okay, so, and what did we say Masterwork transformation was?
The material component is magical reagents, worth the cost of the difference between a normal item and the equivalent masterwork item.
So 300.
300 for a weapon, 150 for armor, 50 for a tool.
And it is a level 2 spell. So it's going to cost you 300 plus 3 plus 3 times 2 times 10. So 600 plus 300, 900, right? Am I wrong about
What?
this?
That doesn't sound right.
I think it's 360 total.
So caster level has to be 3 times the spell level of 2 times 10. Oh, you're right, 60. So it's 360. I skipped a 0 there. That reminds me, I have to apologize to my Emerald Spire group. I was watching a replay, and I had mentioned that the r cubed distance affects the electromagnetic field, which is not correct. It is the r squared distance. Lots of math today. So much math. Alright, so it'll cost you 360 gold pieces to get your spell cast.
I don't have that much gold on me. Well,
How
I
much
do.
more do you need?
I have 490, but I want to just get my rapier masterworked, and I want to get a set of masterwork studded leather armor.
So let me ask. There's some outstanding issues. First off, your crew knit you guys new uniforms, but what exactly do those uniforms look like? Is there some piratey insignia that the Silver Dolphin uses? Does Captain Ferris have a unique, Jolly Rancher for her flag, her pirate flag?
Yeah. Actually,
in my
because I'm
mind,
going to throw something into Hero Machine based on whatever. I got to get around to doing that.
in my mind, they look similar. Again, just in my mind, they look similar to the Miami Dolphins uniforms, but that's just me.
I will have to look up the Miami Dolphins uniforms, but I'm guessing they don't really look like pirate uniforms.
Maybe the
I just meant
scheme.
for like colors and logo. Yeah, not the actual.
Dolphins
Yeah, not trim.
uniform.
Yeah.
Okay,
Not
so
spandexy pirates, no.
blues. Got it.
Blues and aquas and whites.
What about any special insignia? Captain Ferris, got anything in mind?
My suggestions already got voted down.
Ah,
Oh, you're the captain now.
I was the captain at that point, too.
Oh, the pink frilly stuff. Yeah.
we can do that if you'd like. Would we
I
like to?
stopped caring.
All right. So your equipment, I guess, currently is in a quantum state until we figure out exactly what it looks like. But it will retroactively become whatever it needs to be.
Okay.
So what do
far-
you guys got going on in Blood Cove? We have someone getting a Master Transformation spell.
Let's see. Let's see how much I have left over after Masterwork Studded Leather. I'm just gonna go ahead and get the Masterwork Studded Leather, bringing my GP total to 317. Sell back 323. Masterwork Studded Leather. Cool.
Okay.
So that's that.
So how much more do you need for your other equipment?
For the Masterwork transformation, that would be
360 minus whatever you have remaining.
I need 37 gold exactly.
Okay. I will give you 37 gold for a pint in blood.
Oh, did not see that coming, but so good.
Nice.
Amazing.
Make it 50, Uncle.
Okay, that's a deal.
Oh my
Subtracting
gosh.
that right now.
Straight out of left field.
So you're going to be able to scribe this and cast it? The Masterwork transformation?
No, he's going to have that service purchased.
And
He's
I'm
gonna-
using it
You're
on
paying
the-
someone to do it. Okay. All right, that makes
Yep.
a lot more sense. And
That
how much
is-
was total at 360?
Yeah, that's just because it's I guess it's sort of like an heirloom weapon, only not as good. Like, it's got the whole griffins and skulls on it. So, getting a Masterwork transformation just so it looks extra nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I will need to purchase a healer's kit that involves some type of amputee tools, because I believe I am the ship's surgeon as well.
Indeed.
So I'll put that down, healer's kit for myself.
Anyway,
I think
after I do that, probably